Hey everyone, Wasim here from the channel Handsome Smiles. Thank you for joining me on another video. Today I'm going to be doing a fragrance starting lineup for the year 2024. If you are a long time subscriber of my channel, you would have noticed that my first ever video on YouTube was a starting lineup, a fragrance starting lineup, which I filmed way back in January 2015, nearly 10 years ago. The fragrance starting lineup, in summary, is 6 different categories, and you assign a fragrance to each of those categories. It's your signature scent, your work scent, your night out scent, your date scent, your daring scent, and your formal scent. It was a concept first devised by a reviewer all the way back in, I remember seeing videos back in 2011, 2012, during that time, by a reviewer called Cutler Supreme SL. Unfortunately, he doesn't review anymore, but at that time, the early 2010s, it was all over YouTube. All the reviewers were doing the fragrance starting lineup, and people on Fragrantica and Base Notes were also discussing it on the forum. So a great legacy by Cutler Supreme SL. And those videos I used to absolutely love, because you discover new fragrances, and it would just be very interesting to see what sort of fragrances people wear in what occasion. So starting off with the first category, which is your signature scent. This is the newest addition to my collection, back and see it becoming a signature scent for many reasons, which I'll cover, and that is Sauvage Parfum from the house of Christian Dior. So this scent, the reason why I think it would become the perfect signature fragrance for me and for many people watching this is because not just talking about the scent, which I'll come onto in a moment, it's a fragrance which works in any occasion. You can wear it to work, you can wear it to a date, you can wear it to a formal occasion, you can wear this casually, you can wear this day or night, you can wear it in the summer, the spring, the autumn, winter. It's a Swiss Army of a fragrance, super versatile, and it smells absolutely incredible. It's such a gentlemanly and classy fragrance which exudes like sophistication. It's a scent which I would want people to know me for. So, oh, who's that? What's that smell? Oh, it's Wasim. That's the sort of scent this gives off. It's such a beautiful, classy and gentlemanly scent. In terms of the scent itself, how does it smell? So when you first spray this on, it gives off, let me spray this actually. When you spray this on, it gives off a blast of beautiful citruses, the main notes being the citron and the bergamot. And as the fragrance develops on my skin, I get this beautiful, sweet, sort of licorice sort of smell, and it has a touch of smokiness and just a tiny bit of woodiness. The main notes in the dry down are the vetiver and the elemi especially, but on my skin, it gives off this sort of vanillic, licorice sort of smell with a touch of smokiness. It's absolutely sublime, and the performance on this is brilliant as well. I get around 10 hours of longevity with strong projection. People are going to be able to smell you. My wife loves this on me as well. So this is my signature scent, Eau Sauvage Parfum. Going on next is your work scent. And for me, a brilliant work fragrance is Terre by the house of Hermes. This is a classic fragrance created by Jean-Claude Elena when he was the head perfumer, the head nose at Hermes. This was released all the way back in 2016, and I remember watching fragrance reviews at the time. I was a young man at university, and this was such a darling of the fragrance community on YouTube all the way back then. At this moment in time, people talk about other fragrances, but this is still a classic in my opinion. This was the first fragrance I bought when I graduated university and got myself my first office job. I saved up a little bit of my salary, and I bought this fragrance. I couldn't afford it when I was at university, so I was able to wear this for my first job, first office job after graduating. So it has a lot of fond memories of those times being a young professional. So let me give this a quick spray. This scent just exudes class and sophistication, which is why it works so well as a work scent for me, or an office scent. The opening is like a blast of citruses. The main two notes that I get is the orange and the grapefruit. The grapefruit for me is the the prominent note in the opening, and it gives off this beautiful sweet citrus. As the scent develops, it starts becoming earthier and slightly dirtier with the addition of like a flint and a pepper, and especially the note of the vetiver, which gives this a fragrance a woody and earthy tone. The dry down, it just smells like picking up a orange from like really baked clay that's off the ground. That's the sort of smell that I get. The scent in the dry down becomes so dry, slightly dusty, but it maintains the orange sweetness that you get in the opening. It's like a niche level fragrance. This is sublime. It's something that I would always have a bottle of to wear to work. That's Terre as my work scent. So the next category we're going to look at is the night out scent. So for me, a night out scent would be Fahrenheit from the house of Christian Dior. This is a fragrance which came out in the 80s, and for me it's a scent and a fragrance which has been unmatched, and there's no fragrance which compares to this in terms of scent since it was released. No fragrance has really come out and tried to copy this. It's so unique in the way it smells, super masculine as well. Brilliant performance. On my skin I get around 10 hours with strong projection. People are able to smell you. Because of its masculine, unique scent, it really exudes for me like a confidence and an attractiveness. I feel attractive wearing this, and this works brilliantly as a night out. Night outs for me are like going out with the wife, friends, or family for a meal, something along those lines, and this works fantastically for that. I'll give this a spray on my arm just to remind me of the scent, even though I've worn this consistently for like nearly 15 years now. The opening is like a blast of green lemon verbena. It smells, the opening is very fresh and quite oceanic, quite clean. But the scent then brings out this absolutely gorgeous and unique petrol or gasoline note. There's some greenness as well. And the scent, when it dries down, gives off this absolutely masculine leatheriness. It smells so bold and so unique. In summary, this is like, imagine you're a man wearing a leather jacket and you're mowing the lawn with a gasoline or petrol-powered lawnmower. This is sort of the smell that this gives off. So sexy, so masculine, perfect for a night out. The leather in this is just so beautiful. Green leather and the petrol sort of smell. Gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. That's my night out scent, Fahrenheit from the house of Christian Dior. The next fragrance on the list is Givenchy's Pie, which is my date scent. This is for me a perfect date fragrance. Very unique bottle design, beautiful bottle design actually. The main notes you're going to get from Givenchy's Pie is the note of vanilla, some tonka bean, some almond, and a little bit of benzoin as well. This scent is so sexy. It's alluring, very, very sensual as well. Performance on this is brilliant. I get around 10 hours of longevity. Projection is very strong for the first 3 hours, and after that it sits a little bit more closer to the skin. This scent has almond in it as well, and along with like the vanilla, the tonka bean, it gives off this beautiful like edible gourmandy quality. And the benzoin works really well in here as well. It gives off like a smoky vanillic tone as well, so it keeps things very, very interesting. The way the performance is, like I mentioned, it's strong in the first 3 hours, and then it sits a little bit closer to the skin, and it's perfect because say you're going out on a date, on a dinner date, first 3 hours you are with your significant other on this date, and when it sits a little bit closer to the skin, it's perfect for those times when after the date you go back home with your significant other and you guys are going to be a little bit more closer. So this works brilliantly as that. That's Givenchy Pie as my date scent. The next fragrance or topic or segment of this fragrance starting lineup is your daring scent. Now on this channel I've tried many different daring fragrances. Some that jump to mind are Leather Oud by Christian Dior, beautiful. There's Musk Kubla Khan from the house of Serge Lutens. I've tried loads of oud oils as well, like a lot of Hindi oils, a lot of others as well. But the one fragrance that's daring that I have currently in my collection, which I can see myself wearing a lot, is Boss Number One. So this is a fragrance which many people don't really discuss now, but some of my favorite fragrance reviewers do, like Lex Ellis. His reviews really pushed me to trying this, and this is a gorgeous, daring scent to keep in your collection. Just for some people, especially that I've read reviews and I've watched reviews, people describe this smelling like a urinal cake or having like a pissy sort of quality. I can see that a little bit, but on my skin and my skin chemistry, this is magical, musky, glorious. So the main notes that I get on my skin is the musk, and it's got a sweetness from the honey, a little bit of warmness from the tobacco, and then there's citruses, the bergamot especially in the opening with some lemon. This gives off like a wetness. I believe that gives off a little bit of that pissy urinal cake sort of smell to some people. And when they say that, it sort of conjures up uh, the smell. Let me just spray this on my skin and remind myself of the opening. It's so, for me, it's daring, but because it's got these dirty qualities, like I've mentioned, it gives off like a sexiness, a dirty sexiness to this. So imagine this smelling like the gentleman's room or the gentleman's bathroom at a strip club. That sort of sexy dirtiness in the air that you can smell. That's the scent of this, that Hugo Boss Number One. Whenever I wear this, actually, my wife compliments me. I actually wore a few sprays of this as soon as I woke up in the morning. I thought I'd just wear something. My wife was getting ready for work, and I was gonna drive her and drop her off at work. And I sprayed this, and just before she was about to leave, she gave me a hug, and she was like, "Wow, you smell brilliant." She's always loved this fragrance on me. It's got this dirty sexiness to it. Some people may find this daring, but for me, even though it's a little bit daring, it's so sexy in like a dirty way, and it works so well. I wouldn't be worried about wearing this, guys. Do check it out. I think this is gorgeous, gentlemanly, daring and sexy, but sexy in a dirty way, and you feel different. This is truly a unique scent. It's different to all the new fragrances out there that people are wearing. That's like these blue fragrances like Sauvage, Blue de Chanel, stuff by other companies. I don't even try new fragrances. This is the type of fragrances I love. So that's a daring fragrance. That's Hugo Boss Number One. Brilliant stuff. And to finish off this starting lineup is my formal scent. So this is a scent that you can be wearing when you're dressed up, going to a formal event. So me, I don't really go to these high-end formal events. I don't go to ball. I don't go for afternoon tea with these really rich upper class people. My formal scents are more for like going to weddings where I might wear a nice suit. And a fragrance which works fantastically for that is Femme from the house of Rochas. I believe this fragrance was released all the way back in the 30s or the 40s, around that time. I can't remember on the top of my head when this was released, but it was released during those times, the early 1900s. This was released by the house of Rochas, and the name is Femme, but it's a scent which any man can wear. It's a truly unique scent. It's so classy and so elegant. The smell, if I just spray that on my skin, spray works beautifully as well. This is the Chypre fragrance, which has two main elements: a warm spiciness coming from two main notes on my skin, the cinnamon and the cloves especially, and fruitiness, which works really well with the spiciness, the warm spiciness, mainly the plum, peach. There's some little bit of apricot as well, and backboning all of this is oak moss, and that just works so well together to create a scent which is truly elegant and classy. Whenever I wear this, I imagine like a grand ball during the Great Gatsby era, the early 20s, 40s, 30s, America. People are like having those parties where they're dressed up so well. Imagine a woman wearing a beautiful white dress like Marilyn Monroe. Imagine gentlemen, men of that time like Cary Grant, those sort of actors of those time. That's the sort of smell that I get on my skin. This works so well performance-wise as well. It lasts around 10 hours on my skin, and the performance, the projection is really strong. So it works really well as a formal scent. So those were the fragrances for my starting lineup for 2024. Just to recap, signature scent was Eau Sauvage Parfum. My work scent was Terre de Hermes. My night out scent was Fahrenheit from the house of Christian Dior. My date scent was Pie by Givenchy. My daring scent was Hugo Boss's number 1. And my formal dressed up scent was Femme from the house of Rochas. So guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I would really love to know what's your starting lineup. Comment down in the comment section below. I'd love to read them. Maybe give me some ideas of new fragrances to try as well. Like I've said, I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please do leave me a like and a comment below. And make sure, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, to make sure you subscribe. Until next time, my friends, see you later.